Feature Friday.
The freshest. Hello, people. Welcome back. It's Monday and we're ready to roll. I love this. This is Coldplay and BTS Inside My Universe documentary. But you know that we love all this content that has to do with backstage, with like the makings of, because I think that this collaboration that's more for the worldwide market than it is for like the two specific artists that we're
two
seeing
world
here.
colliding, right?
It is true, and you're talking legends upon legends. I mean, you're talking Coldplay that has been in the game for so long, and then BTS who has marked history in such a small space of time.
Yeah,
So
relatively, right? Yeah.
So it's pretty impressive, the fact that this is a reality. So I'm really looking forward to this, and yeah.
Relatively speaking, what BTS has been able to achieve, even though it has been a like subjectively decent length of time. But what they've been able to achieve in such a short amount, it puts it into perspective. It's like,
It does.
fuck, that is so short for what they've done.
It literally superheroes. That's the only way to describe it.
This is like two generations as well.
Absolutely.
Go on, let's give it a watch.
Oh, I'm so excited, dude.
So Chris Martin and his band must have been in Korea.
The Korean lyrics, right? They're so good.
Oh, right.
They're so good. And did they think about anything in the rap break or not?
They have it
Really?
already. Oh, that's great.
18 months ago, I got a message from somebody. They said, "Oh, BTS want to do a song with you."
Piss
and
off.
I said, "How would that work?" I didn't understand how that could be possible.
That's awesome.
Also, can we just have a moment? This is perhaps my first time I actually pay attention to how he sounds.
Well, speaking voice.
Like speaking
No,
voice.
I saw this documentary of him. Not
I
documentary.
actually have, like, I hadn't really ever before.
I didn't watch a documentary.
How embarrassing is
It was
that?
like a video of. Do you remember Paradise?
Yeah.
The making of that.
Oh, wow.
I saw him speak there. Yeah, he's as
To be
British
fair,
as it gets.
I
mate.
have been such a fan of Coldplay from like their earliest stuff since I was a kid. But I had never actually taken the time to see any
His
of
speaking
their
voice.
their speaking. And if I had completely forgotten.
Yeah.
That is so wild.
My friend said the phrase "my universe" one day, and I wrote down "my universe." I thought that's a cool title. Then I took it to my friend and said, "Okay, let's do this demo for BTS." Yeah, maybe
I'll do it nuts. with
Jungkook.
Okay.
So that's cool. So I'll do some Korean. That's
Yeah.
Today has been one of the most
I
fun
love
days
that.
for me in the studio ever. It's so different, and it's been very difficult to get here to
Oh,
Korea.
he's in
He-
Korea.
yeah, he must have
went
been.
to Seoul.
With people.
Yeah, it must have been right because I saw in the thumbnail that the lads were with him and
Well, I thought because they had traveled to
for the UN thing.
to New York recently.
Right.
I thought perhaps a lot of their like final meetings happened in New York City.
Right. But no, it was through and through.
It was both ways. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
nuts.
awesome.
allowing us to come in for 2 days
That's it, 2 days.
just to record,
days.
and it was quite a stressful journey.
I bet,
and
yeah.
I was a little bit nervous. I've never met BTS before. Okay.
Cool.
So funny how he thinks he's not that
Where are we
famous.
going
I
now?
know, like he's like a normal guy. It's not he's this guy. He's this guy. Yeah, he's that guy.
He brought him gifts.
So today has just been like everything I could have dreamed, but a little bit better.
He's too freaking nice. He's too humble. Also, the cover art for that is beautiful. Hello. Hi, friend.
Oh, that's nice. Mr. J, Mr. J.
이거 모르겠어요. 진짜 내가 봤던 그 콜드플레이 그 무대 위에서 이거 하는 그
Yeah, basically, bro.
크리스마스 맞는지.
Chris
No,
Martin.
really, it's pretty freaking nuts.
스타디움 투어의 왕 같은 느낌이긴 한데
Basically.
한때 롤 모델이었죠.
Aw.
정말 저한테는
I think he has
너무
been
큰 영향력이
everybody's
있는
role model at some point.
연예인처럼 생각하던 사람이 같이 하자고 하니까
같이 하자고 한다니 되게 신기했어. 광고 음악으로도 많이 접했을 음악도 있고.
Yeah, that's
It is freaking nuts,
5년 전에 내한 오기도 했었고.
That's what's bizarre, right? Like for like Coldplay, yeah, literally from 2000 to 2020, they basically marked my generation as one of the most popular bands.
Influential.
And even in 2006 and to 2010, they had
Constantly
felt
evolving.
no, but they felt like they had been here since the 70s, 80s, and they were just one of those legendary bands. They really like solidified themselves really, really early on, and it's also bizarre, like just seeing the way Chris like behaves and stuff, just so normal. Like, oh, what do I do?
Such your everyday guy.
Yeah, and then BTS is like the same. It's like, fuck, how do I reach in? Is how do I act?
How do I react?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I feel like, given the fact that Coldplay is such a household name when it comes to like live performances as well, they have been awarded so many times for being one of the best live acts in the market, right? For years on end. And you look at their stage presence and what they have been able to achieve and everything. And if you ever been involved in the industry, or if you ever looked up to the idea of performing live, I think you have considered Chris Martin as one of your ultimate roles to follow. So it is pretty wild to hear the BTS guys saying, you know, at some point that was my role model too.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts, no? And it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful.
사실 어떤 상황일까 되게 궁금하긴 했는데 듣던 것처럼 되게 험불하고
Yeah.
인간적인 분이라고 순수하고 어떤 그런 편견이나 이게 없는 사람 같아서
사실 뭐 선배 뭐 이런 것보다도
찜이셔.
좋은 영향 또 좋은 마인드 가지고 있는 분이니까 멋있는 사람이죠.
Yeah, it's truly admirable.
It's true.
Like a real live performance.
Please.
I'll sing, you'll sing, we'll okay, so we'll be done by 6 o'clock. Let's go. Okay.
Oh my god, how crazy. Pressure is
Good leader.
on. Well, he knows of schedules better than anyone else.
이제 입을 맞춰볼 수가 있다는 건 사실은 저희한테도 되게 큰 그런 거죠. 와, 우리 성공했구나 그런 생각 되게 많이 들고 심지어 저는 어쨌든 라이팅까지
That is freaking amazing.
Something that eyes.
You want me to sing it?
No, I think B.
Yeah.
It goes at the end of that.
편하게 해줬으면 좋겠어요.
Oh my god, so cool.
조금만 더 씹어볼게요.
웃음이 내겐 더 변했었지.
Oh yes, Chris. He's doing awesome.
Yeah. Perfect.
Nice.
He's got such a peculiar fucking voice.
I love
이렇게
me.
무언가를 만들려는 그런 의미가 담은 곡이라서 직접
That is so freaking
크리스도
awesome.
여기 와주고 직접 같이 녹음도 같이 하고 따로가 아니라 함께
I can't believe like it happened like
주제가 너무
properly.
좋았던 것 같아요. 멀리서도
This is how you dream. Some of the collaborations you
It was a
love
dream collab.
actually came about. A lot of the collaborations that are like super special to me in my heart happened separately. Like everybody worked in their own way, and then the song kind of came together, type of thing.
You know what's madness is? That happens even before that. It used to happen before the pandemic. And now during the pandemic, these motherfuckers managed to do it in person.
I think they took the challenge and said, you know, let's make the impossible actually happen. It's magical.
Fair play to everyone.
It's magical. I just adore to see them all, you know, brainstorming
Together.
and seeing in that a collaborative environment together. So
I think it matters as well because it builds a relationship in a more peculiar way, and then therefore when they do go ahead and perform it live,
And
it
the
feels
product.
so much more grounded.
The product is so much more valuable
Yeah, I
that
agree.
way. I love that there's also so much footage of it.
Yeah.
It's such a valuable experience for the fans and the listeners too.
근데 충분히 할 수 있는 부분인 건데 이런 부분을 통해 사실 진정성이 굉장히 많이
Yes.
생기는 거죠.
So it could have been done remotely.
Agree.
나를 밝혀주는 건 너는 사랑으로 숨어진 별. 내 우주엔 너.
Oh, I love it.
I know. Bro, I
J-Hope.
love you.
Oh yes. I like a lot of BTS's music because first of all, it's an incredible production and often very unusual structures.
I
and
agree.
Different melodies.
to the ones I hear. You know, like a song like Mic Drop
Surprised he vibes with these. Yeah, you're seeing him. You're seeing.
Is not something we could ever do. So I admire it because it's a different skill.
I agree. So I guess he heard firsthand
Everything.
before anything any of us.
뉴 타입 보이밴드잖아요. 생각해보면 옛날에 락밴드들은 악기를 보여주면서 퍼포먼스를 같이 했는데 우리는 그거를 춤으로 하는 그런 밴드들이
That's
뭔가
awesome.
지구상에서 돌풍을 일으키고 하는 게 되게 흥미로웠나 봐요. 서치를 너무 많이 했더라고요. 그래서 춤추는 것도 다 찾아보고 했다고 하면서 막 댄스브레이크도 일부러 넣었다. 나중에 막 무대에서 같이 춤출 수 있게.
It's been very cool to
That's
see
brilliant.
each character, meet each personality, see how everybody's very individual, but they still work as a group.
That's what surprises me too.
Woo! Good. Good song, BTS. Okay.
He's like, did you get that?
That beginning when Jungkook comes in right after Chris. Oh, dude, what fucking.
It's just brilliant. He is just beautiful. I know that you heard it without me first, but I had to go back and listen to it, like to the whole composition. I thought it was such a brilliant mix of sounds, like how the structure of the song is arranged. It really highlights everybody's sound personalities and peculiarities really well. It flows so naturally, so fantastic.
It also, yeah, because it kept as you know, the sense of individuality as well, but also a sense of
Unity.
Unity. But what was interesting is when you see sort of Chris Martin sing and open up the track, it's like a different type of pop, right?
It is.
And then Jungkook comes in, it's like an evolution of pop. And then when you see sort of all of them come in,
there's a familiar aspect to it all. It's really fantastic.
I think I found it hard to articulate that point during the review, but it was like it truly felt like, yeah, generations. You know, it as the song evolved, they did a really good job of the song evolving and bringing new aspects.
And what I loved about this collaboration, though, is that you get to hear, you know, both aspects of and both genres of both ends of the genre, because you hear the alternative take from Coldplay, but you also hear the BTS take of pop. So and you're meeting somewhere in the middle, and you have all this amazing in the music production. You have all this amazing business and space that is happening in the music production, and then the vocals are so well layered. It's just a brilliant combination of sounds.
And also the short amount of time that they managed to pull this off.
I know,
Bloody hell.
2 days to record it, and the rest is post-production. That's freaking
For one
nuts.
track.
Totally possible.
Absolutely.
But you're brainstorming with 7 other individuals.
Yeah, that's my concern. Like 2 days, 7 people.
That
Well,
you don't
8,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Well, including yourself. Bloody hell. That's pretty rough.
It
2
is.
days to make a song, not so hard. But 2 days to make a song with
Well, so you're
with
getting
8
to
members,
know,
you know, including yourself,
Yeah.
mad.
It is pretty freaking nuts.
When I'm with
약간 데뷔 초의 느낌이라고 해야 될까요? 크리스마스니 분명 녹음할 때 디들이 가주시면 노래 잘 못 부르면 어떡하나 이런 걱정.
Ah, stop, mate.
함께 날아가 When I'm without you I'm crazy 자 어서 내 손을 잡아 We are made for each other baby
좋은 것 같아요.
Great. Please tell JK
He's so impressive.
so impressive.
I agree.
정국아 너 너무 잘한다.
Thank you
The choruses,
He's too
which
sweet.
we can do, maybe do
Yeah,
together,
Jin and Jimin. Love that bit.
And then in the because we come from different sides, we go because we come from different.
Yeah, because they have a
Get that
crazy
point.
range too.
큰
Yeah.
공연장에서 자주 공연을 하시잖아요. 그러니까 많은 노래들이
He's so happy.
Lips into the booth.
비슷한 그런 노래를 만드시고 우주가 있고 너가 있고 내가 있고 근데 다 그냥 즐겁게 페스티벌 약간 이런 느낌을 하고 싶으신 것 같아요.
좋은데 들어올게.
Such different
I
intricacies.
adore this man.
만들면서 본인이 그런 생각을 했대요. 콜드플레이랑 BTS랑 지구 대표로 우주에서 막 합작하는 그런 내용을 생각을 하셨다고 하는데
New universe, right?
하나하나 만들어가고 그렇게 하고 싶다고 해가지고 다 이렇게 막 이런 느낌이 들긴 하더라고요.
Class.
Amazing. Yes, Jin.
해왔구나 너. 다시 해볼게. You first and you are my universe.
I love this.
너와 나가 이루는 우주.
Yes.
우리가 했던 여태까지 했던 메시지들이랑 또 결도 비슷하고 나의 우주는 사실 너가 만들어 준다라는 거를 궁극적으로 좀 많이 이야기를 해주고 싶었던
Awesome.
것 같아요.
Awesome.
이게 되게 퍼스널한 노래라고 할 수 있게 되게 개인적인 노래다.
wow.
공연 못하는 게 되게 힘들고 답답하고 그런 마음도 되게 있다고 하더라고요. 그래서
I know, it's a difficult time.
어떻게 풀어야 할까 하다가 You are my universe라고 하면은 그 대상은 사실은 당연히 아미여야 되지 않나. 언젠가 우리와 이제 아미가 만날 날을 생각을 하면서 썼죠. 예, 예.
Oh my god.
Can't wait till that happens again.
That just leaves you speechless.
I think that it's very special to me that the most popular artist in the world speaks Korean and is like a group of brothers from not from the West, and it's just it feels very hopeful to
I
me
agree
in
with
terms
that.
of thinking of the world
That's
as
one family. Yes.
Then,
Oh,
of
what a
course,
beautiful
when you
speech.
see
Yes.
who they are as people and their songs, and it's really a message of togetherness, of being
Be
yourself.
yeah.
All the stuff I agree with.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
what's crazy.
yes,
And you know, I
yes.
think I called it like a year and a half ago where I said I think just the Korean industry in general, because of the way they're heading and the quality of the product that they were doing, and also the values that they are sort of showcasing and
They believe in. Because they believe in these values, in these standards.
I feel like it was inevitable, and it also then took unicorns, right, to be able to then become the world's most popular musicians and artists. But I think if it was gonna be out of anyway, it was gonna be Korea.
Yeah,
And I'm so glad the timing of things, like us figuring out Feature Friday on the podcast and discovering that, because we discovered a lot of other industries too, from all across the world. There's still plenty of countries we haven't heard music from because there's so bloody many. But that's the one I would have put my money on.
I think
And I did.
Yeah, what I think it's the most impressive is the understanding that there's one thing that unites us all, and that is music. And entertainment, and that is one of the purest forms of human expression, and it's so beautiful to see it, conquer beyond frontiers, beyond concepts and mindsets, and it is freaking wonderful.
Because now it's truly about music. It's no longer about
language or
geographic
positioning
being a limitation.
Yeah.
Now it's focus on the quality of your product, focus and truly believing it, and portray good values and become a good person.
Absolutely.
As you're becoming a good artist and a good musician, and you do have a chance.
Ah.
Before that wasn't the case, but now at least, people like me, kids, everyone can kind of look up to these fellas, and then they can, it's like, fuck, John Cook being so young, just focusing on himself and believing and struggling through so young, through such a young age, struggling with music as a band, can still make him become, arguably in my eyes, the best pop vocalist at the moment. It's like fucking anyone can. If Sugar, who from the undergrounds of the undergrounds, battling like a crazy guy, you know what I mean, being lethal with his words, can then also evolve as a person and create music that's more widely accessible, not on the underground scene anymore. It's truly inspiring. And then to get the recognition now that I think they should have gotten a bit earlier. I actually think they should have gotten a bit earlier. But this was inevitable, which is good to see. From other artists like this, and opening up this world of collaborations. Now I think taking over the globe, which I think they have already, it's
unstoppable.
Yeah, I think that what the future holds, I don't even know what it is anymore for them. But I think we're yet to see the best BTS, which is fucking scary.
It is crazy though, because you're seeing right now, you're holding in your hands the purest form, the purest form of pop that I have ever experienced before.
This is genuine, right?
Because and it's not only because the concept is aligned with the artist, but it's because the quality of the content is actually worth your time. It's worth your musical expertise. It's worth breaking down and understanding live performances and the discipline and everything else that goes behind it. It's I think this is the highest quality of pop that I had ever been experiencing in my lifetime.
For a good while.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever in the genre of pop itself, I don't think I had ever experienced such a high quality of music, of content, of product.
And probably the closest to it, where in my opinion, it's like, it's not even worth comparing because they're different things. But like what Michael Jackson was able to do with music,
yes,
it sort of feels what BTS sometimes brings to the table, which is such new cadence, new intricate
refreshing.
harmonies, new things, and that's so refreshing. New music, truly new, inspiring, new. It's like, what the fuck? You feel like you've heard everything,
true.
and every song sounds the same out of everyone. And not to be dismissful of it, dismiss all the other artists, but it sometimes it does feel like that. But with BTS, it has felt throughout their albums, even though I haven't checked out all of them because I think they have like 57,000 songs. But throughout the 5 albums that I have heard and the songs that we have checked out, it truly feels like there's always an objective. It feels inspired and there's purpose. And sometimes the industry takes that away from artists.
I agree.
And it's also they have the right team too. A lot of props to Big Hit and what Hype has become and things like that.
I just wanted to highlight that aspect here in this documentary. You're seeing them in their most comfortable environment, and that has to go highlighted. That has to be highlighted because an artist is not able to flourish if it's under an environment where it doesn't feel comfortable.
I agree.
So props to Big Hit and all the staff and every party in that team because they make them feel that comfortable, and that's really important.
They made Chris feel comfortable as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice.
I wonder who he is.
I think that's the drummer of Coldplay. Or am I tripping? I might be tripping.
I love how he's wearing a BTS crew. I love that big dude. His fucking voice.
I love him. You see, the layers are just freaking fantastic.
Together, because we come from different sides.
Well, the song is about how the power of love transcends all things, borders and rules and genders and race and sexuality. If you look at people right now who are divided by a border or can't be together, that's what the song is about how nothing can really stop people loving each other.
Just to be there. Just to be the ultimate power.
좋은 쪽으로 많이 영향이 있었으면 좋겠고 많은 사람들에게 큰 기쁨을 줄 수 있지 않은 곡인가 라는 생각도 들고요.
I agree
그 공연 그때
The energy in that room, bloody hell.
It's freaking tangible.
그런데 같은
Listen to Coldplay songs in the shower.
분이 와주셔서 저희도 다시 즐겁고 그랬던 것 같아요. 그 크리스 마틴이 눈을 감고 되게 행복한 표정으로 떼창을 하더라고요.
He loves it.
정말로 순수한 마음에서 우러나오는 표정이었어요. 만약에 다시
Oh my
공연을
god,
하게
they
되면
just made magic.
감격스러울 것 같아요. 우리 공연이든 콜드플레이 공연이든 간에 이 노래를 같이 뭔가
Oh, please. Make it happen.
그만큼 그 이전의 코로나 스트레스 같은 거를 다 날려보낼 만한 순간이 또 있을까.
Because Korea's having it rough at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Or at least the restrictions are pretty tough.
It's like a dream coming true.
That's
Because I
brilliant.
saw it in my head for so many months, and now here we are.
Nice. They should be very proud. That bit, that break, that's for the dancer. They obviously the dance break.
Yeah.
But at the end of the song, it's so unexpected. I loved it. Dun, 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 dun.
It's literally history being made.
That's hot. It is a historic track, yeah.
Yeah. It's literally history being made.
Kim, DJ Kim was the executive
DJ
supervisor.
Kim, hi.
Chief producer Woo Jung Bang, and then the executive producer was Young Jae Shin. I
Shin.
wonder who that other fella was. He looked American. Maybe he was from Coldplay's team.
I think it might have been from
He was
Coldplay's
very
team.
involved. Very, very involved. P Dog, the recording engineer.
P Dog.
He also he's made a lot of songs for
BTS, yeah.
My Universe. Brilliant, man.
Oh, this is freaking fantastic. I'm telling you, this is perhaps one of the most historic collaborations, I think, in my books, that will go down as perhaps one of my favorite.
It's like when
moments.
giants collaborate with giants.
It's basically, it's like another Ariana Grande, Lady Gaga moment
For
in
you.
my books.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that happened. I was like, yeah, that's written down in history.
Yeah.
And now you have BTS and Coldplay, and that's like, yeah, that's another tick for me.
Especially in this genre, right? Like, and musicians of this caliber, it's rare when they do collaborate. It's not,
It
for
is.
example, like in hip hop, it's often collaborations are such a big part of it. But for sort
It's
of
like-
alternative bands and pop bands to then collaborate with each other,
It's like when Coldplay collaborated with Beyonce. It was kind of like two worlds colliding, because it also feels like in the Western music industry, everybody's running their own lane. Everybody's running on their own lane. So when
feels more like competitors rather than
and it kind of feels like everybody's doing their own thing, really separated from each other, even though they're in the same music industry. But here, when these things happen, it feels so genuine. It feels so true. It feels refreshing to watch and be part of.
truly brilliant. But I hope you guys enjoyed it and you found some value in sort of like the conversation and stuff like that. Let us know what you thought about it, and do please share your thoughts in the comment section below. And goodbye.